firstbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank y'all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank y'all.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny skies are high this afternoon, right around the 80-degree mark. We'll see clear skies overnight, low upper 40s to low 50s overnight. And then Tuesday, sunshine, a high low 80s. Wednesday, back to sun, high temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Clogs? Nobody wants a clog. West Ark Plumbing knows that clogs are a serious issue. They can signal that bigger problems are on the way. So contact West Ark Plumbing while the problem is small. Slow shower and sink drains, gurgling toilets, and outside cleanouts making a mess? Call 479-646-5151 today. West Ark Plumbing and expert drain cleaning since 1993. They keep you flowing. If you have slow drains or high water bills, call West Ark Plumbing and expert drain cleaning service. 646-5151.
At AOG, our main goal is to deliver reliable energy to your home safely. And keeping our team members, customers, and community safe starts with awareness. Natural gas has a distinctive, strong odor, often compared to rotten eggs or sulfur. If you smell gas, leave your home immediately. Go to a safe location and call 911. In addition to AOG, remember, if you smell gas, act fast. And always call 811 before you dig. To learn more about natural gas safety, visit AOGC.com. AOG, energy for life.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
They run a draw with DeBinion. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage, and the football game is over. LSU pulls away in the second half, and the Tigers defeat the Razorbacks by a final of 34-10.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, Cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those. Oh.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. What have I...
Hey, we welcome you in to a Hot Take Monday at the Morning Rush. Either of you guys know this song offhand that's being played right now?
Trying to place the boys.
Yes.
No, you don't.
I know who sings it.
Okay, who sings it? It's pretty famous.
Sounds like Willie.
No.
It's Johnny Cash.
Johnny
It's not
Cash.
Johnny
Willie.
Cash.
Dang it. Yeah.
All right, there's the start.
Well, if you quit talking, we can listen. Is this AI?
No, it's not. It's Hurt by Johnny Cash. I am hurt this morning.
You're hurt?
I'm hurt that the drone show showed up, but the offense didn't on Saturday night. By the way, that was pretty cool for those that watched it. Got to take it in. I will give Arkansas, the athletics department, credit. I thought they did a really good job, better than they have. The field looked better. I thought that they were more interactive, getting the fan base
We just needed
hyped
the team
up.
to look better.
Yeah, the team.
Maybe we
just
need to go
didn't-
back to the faded hog.
Well, yeah, the faded. I mean, you didn't force all 11 penalties, but my goodness gracious, the crowd got LSU rattled at times during this game. Despite that, 34-10 the final, unfortunately. Just offensively, don't know what happened. And we'll unpack it throughout the next 2 hours. Tommy, myself, Big C, you at 877-377-6963. I would throw away the drone show if the offense showed up a little more. Just didn't have. It'd be nice to have both of them show up, but one did, one didn't.
All right, that's where we begin on a Hot Take Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Great brands like Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley Model Zs as well, and a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Hot Take Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale.
Apparently, the original was by Nine Inch Nails. I don't know. Are you familiar with Nine Inch Nails?
I am.
Maybe that was a...
When I first started here, we had an active rock station that played music that would make your ears bleed.
Okay.
That was...
And so it's a metal type band, or like
hard rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a fan?
Not me, but many are.
Not for you.
Not for me, though.
All right.
Off play action, trying to throw the football. It's deflected and intercepted. Weeks deflected it, then intercepted it, and they're going to take it down to the Arkansas 2-yard line.
We got handled physically from the start. Disappointed for the fans that came out. I'm disappointed for, obviously, the kids.
We just got to get out the field, and that's it. Get out the field.
Bates has delivered. Detroit is on top with 15 seconds left.
The students are now raining bottles down, and this is unfortunate. The Yankees win.
The Dodgers win the pennant, champions of the National League.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
All right, so the World Series is set, Dodgers and Yankees. I know the MLB and Fox is happy about that, being that it's two of the biggest markets in all of the country.
I kind of wanted a Subway Series.
I did too, personally. Now, I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but two of the most iconic franchises in sports. You heard the clip from Kurt Herbstreit and Chris Fowler talking about Texas fans throwing stuff on the field. Texas students are getting text, Tommy. I don't know if you've seen this. We have identified that you were throwing items onto the Texas Longhorns field from the student section. As a result, your big ticket has been revoked for the 2024-2025 academic calendar. If you have any questions, please contact Texas Athletics.
It wasn't me. I wasn't even there.
They're doing that because as part of the SEC stuff that comes along with it, say you must be required to use all available resources, including security, stadium, and television video to identify the individuals who threw objects, and those individuals have been prohibited from, again, attending Texas Athletics, plus a $250,000 fine, which this occurred in the third quarter. But let's come back to what happened in Fayetteville this weekend. You heard some clips from Sam Pittman, Xavier Sorey. There was a really important play in the opening drive, and Sorey's been a sure tackler all season. I'd argue he's been your best linebacker. It's 2nd and 22. LSU gets down deep in your red zone. I think they're on the 1 or 2 yard line. Then they start having penalties. They get backed up. And again, it's 2nd and 22, and they run a simple draw play, and the guy breaks 2 tackles, one of Sorey's, one of Jaden Johnson. Sorey trying to hit him again and kind of hits him in the end zone, and they ultimately score a touchdown. Give LSU credit for the same theme that Arkansas did 2 weeks ago, Tommy, which was go down, take a lot of the possession, and score. They didn't score a touchdown against Tennessee. LSU pretty much marched it right down, set the tone for the game, and Arkansas's defense just couldn't catch up, unfortunately, due to some bad situations they found themselves in.
I'm going to go over some notes and drives. Number one, you were limited on drives in the game, but it seemed like, particularly in the first half, on third down, you just could never get the stop. No matter how far you had them behind the chains, LSU had an answer. And a lot of times there's that little 8-yard out or hitch or whatever you want to call it, just death by 1,000 cuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just over and over and over. And that's an experienced quarterback at work. I mean, I was pointing to Dylan, and we, for all those that hate sitting up in the upper deck, man, you could really see things well up there. We were in 503, met some really great folks that were up there, and great place to watch the game if you want to watch the game. Man, their receivers were so disciplined about knowing where the sticks are and not running short of those.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do they have to fight for yards to get the first down on third down?
Not many.
Not many.
It was more.
Why? Because they were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds simplistic, but sometimes doing the simple things is hard. Man, LSU did a great job of some of those, but, man, it seemed like that little bam, 8-yard out, boom, or hitch, or boom, 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 and just crushed you on third down with their offense.
If you watch the television broadcast, Mark Jones pointed out the chess game was between Joe Sloan, LSU's offensive coordinator, and Travis Williams, Arkansas's defensive coordinator, who's done a great job for the majority of the season. And I don't think he did a terrible job on Saturday night. I think it was a byproduct of the Arkansas offense putting that defense in terrible situations. They don't have their best cover corner, Jalen Braxton, and LSU, again, showed that. They attacked Arkansas over and over again. Garrett Musmeyer did not throw a touchdown on Saturday night, yet
he didn't have to.
He was 68% completion-wise. You mentioned the LSU receivers. Probably the one that hurt you the most is Kyron Lacey. Well, I say that C.J. Daniels, actually back off injury, was the one that had 86 yards off 7 catches. But it wasn't like explosive play over and over again, like you pointed out. It was the consistency. Nussmeier's the best quarterback you played all year. You still got some good ones down the stretch, whether it's Quinn Ewers, you'll also have Jackson Dart and some others. So we'll see if Arkansas's defense is able to adjust the remaining games. And Mississippi State has an offense that's more than capable of scoring points. They did so against Texas A&M. They did so against Georgia, and they're going to have an opportunity against Arkansas on Saturday.
The other place you got throttled was field position. I mean, you just got it stuffed down your throat there because you never started on the LSU side of the 50, and your best starting field position in the ballgame, I believe, was the 26-yard line, Arkansas's 26-yard line. That makes it incredibly difficult. You either have to have those explosive plays, or you've got to be able to roll the dice over and over and over, not come up 7, and put together lengthy 10-play drives. And that's hard against a defense like LSU. So that was the other thing. Twice of the 10 drives LSU started on the Arkansas side, and we know that they had the one that was there at, the 2-yard line. You knew it wasn't your night when that happened on the tip pass that was intercepted, but Arkansas never started outside of the 26-yard line, and that makes for a really long night.
Patrick, in Hot Springs saying I make excuses about Jalen Braxton. I'm just pointing out what I thought was a detriment to Arkansas secondary in that game. Yes, he's been out for the majority of the year, but I felt like that was an issue that really LSU attacked. He also points out time of possession, which LSU won 38 minutes and 51 seconds to 21:09. So Arkansas has won that for the majority of the time, and yet the Razorbacks, this would be 21:09, right? And I marked that down. It's 38:51 to 21:09, correct? Yeah, 30. So nearly 40 minutes to 20. Arkansas has won that the majority of games.
I looked at it and said, well, that couldn't be right. It had to be 30. No, it was 21 minutes.
Yeah, nearly the majority of the games, Arkansas has won that, and they weren't able to run the football. Jaquindon Jackson's banged up. We'll hear from Sam Pittman coming up. But Arkansas,
you know what it was in the fourth quarter, time of possession? 13:04 to a $1.56.
Jeez.
Ooh.
The Razorbacks.
Most of us had left by then.
Yes. The Razorbacks only managed 38 rushing yards on 19 attempts. I know that whether it was DeBinion or Russell or whoever, just wasn't clicking like it has at times this season. So the defenses will continue to stiffen. They've got good defenses coming in Ole Miss and Texas as well. Arkansas is going to have to figure out some things offensively because you're going to have to score much more than 10 points if you want to either beat the Longhorns, the Rebels, and even this weekend against Mississippi State. All right, that is your opening drive. It's brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Congratulations to Ethan Adamson. His Pittsburgh Steelers won again last night on Sunday Night Football, defeated the New York Jets. I know he's excited. The Steel Curtain's 5-2 right now. He's also excited to talk to you about any mortgage leads that you have. It could be one of those things where it's refinancing. It could be one of those things where you're getting a house for the first time. First Financial Mortgage has over 90 years in the mortgage business. He's been with the company over 10. He's got a great team, him, Emily, and everyone else. Great reviews on Google, 4.9 out of 5. He's the best mortgage lender in town. Give him a call at 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you. Equal housing lender.
Anybody still stuck in traffic? Anyone still trying to get off campus after Saturday night? My God, that was terrible.
So what?
Holy moly.
I heard Bart complaining about that.
Well, how did you get out of there?
I walked to Dixon. Like,
oh well.
And then I got the car later
You know
on
what
that
that-
night when the traffic subsided.
So the water main busted or whatever down there, and they had all the basically you had to go out exit 62 or work your way up to Weddington, and holy cow, was it gridlock? It was gridlock.
It was bad.
I've never seen even the Garth Brooks traffic was not that bad.
Really, my thing, what I figured out is even after the press conferences and other stuff get done, I mean, there's still even 45 minutes to an hour later, it's still bad. So I tell myself, it's like, hey, just wait it out a couple hours and then come.
Well, this was next level. This was so you didn't experience any of this. Not if you walked to Dixon.
I got out,
and even with the crowd leaving early, because 9-10 minutes to go, people started filtering out. By 6 minutes, we left at like 6 minutes to go. Even by then, the stadium was starting to empty out, and people. I mean, and then the traffic got worse as everybody kind of got to their cars. But the back roads behind Razorback Road, kind of back over towards Hog Park and all that, were just gridlock all the way back over to Garland and Weddington and Cleveland and working that direction. Horrible.
Was the water issue fixed by the time after the game?
I wasn't saying they had the traffic. They basically had a direction of traffic and a main point of exit shut down. So it just really made for a rough time getting out of there. But by the time we got out, we kind of went Sunset to Weddington, turned left, and got on 49. We were talking to friends that were still stuck at Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
By the time we got back down the hill and through the tunnel, and they had moved. I mean, it was brutal. It was like Arkansas's running game. It was going nowhere fast.
That left you make before you get on 49 is usually you have to wait for a while anyways to go because there's people screaming through the whole time.
Oh,
now,
terrible.
A couple people want to give you credit. We need to give Chris in Fayetteville credit because he's been screaming for it all morning. And he said, no one listens to me. I had LSU winning by 2 touchdowns. They won by 24, Chris, so you were wrong. But in that case,
Chris, you feel really bad. I mean,
he feels vindicated.
You try to make us feel bad sometimes, like we're ignoring you over here.
Coach from Lavaca said, Tommy, you called it last week. He was just waiting on our defense to have a slow game because they've been rocking all year. Again, I don't blame the defense for this game. Look at the positions they were put in during the course of this football game. Like on their own 2-yard line after that interception. Which, what a play from Weeks. Look at some of the
I don't know who to blame.
This
on
was
that.
their best performance of the year.
Pittman said after the game it was a missed block and things went.
But I mean, it's just not your night when things like that happen.
No, that's exactly what you said. But when we were talking about the show this morning, it's like when that event happened, you're just like,
we're not winning.
It's not.
You're not going to win.
We mentioned the water issue at the middle of MLK and Razorback. I was joking with Robert Mann at the stadium shop on Saturday. It's like, is this a bad omen? Is this what's set to come tonight? And like, no, surely that's just a coincidence. And unfortunately, I guess it was the bad omen leading up to the game. That's, I guess, the biggest lopsided loss that you've had in that game since Joe Burrow torched you. You covered in that game, but you still got beat pretty good. It was just
It got away from you. I mean, not that 24-10's a world better, but it kind of you were in this game longer than the final score. It makes it appear. If you didn't watch the game, you just see the final. Yeah, Arkansas was beat handily, but it got away from you late.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I'm not happy, and I saw what they did in Death Valley a year ago when they lost 34-31, and they played about as good as they played all season at points during that game last year. I just don't understand coming off a bye how you look that bad offensively for a fan base that had the 4th largest crowd. It was homecoming. They did their part again with all the false start penalties that they caused during this game. I thought the Arkansas Athletics Department stepped up in their game presentation. I just don't know how you don't show up for that football game time. And this has
same thing we said about. I mean, but Tennessee did the same thing the game prior,
and that's what I said about not being a magic elixir. And I thought
sometimes that week off, creates rust a little bit. I don't think that was the problem. I think LSU was just a better football team. They whipped you at the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line dominated. You couldn't get legitimate pressure on Nussmeier. And on third down, you couldn't stop them in the first half. They were 8 of 15 or whatever for the game, but the first half, they just
You didn't you didn't get a sack on Garrett Nussmeier. They, for those that don't know, both their tackles are going in the first round. They've got two really good offensive line. That offensive lineman as a whole might win the Joe Moore Award, as they did when Burrow was playing quarterback. But when they did get pressure and Landon Jackson came home 2 or 3 times in that game, Arkansas had I think 3 chances and interceptions. They dropped them all. Like, you have to, when Arkansas.
One of them wasn't going to matter because there was a flag down for the offside.
Correct, but there and there might have been one I'm missing.
Perhaps he took a chance.
Yes,
on that play.
but there was a handful in that game where you've got to come up with that football. And there was one he threw in a double coverage. One of those guys has to come up with it. Arkansas was not able to do that. This has not been a turnover, prone defensive unit all season. They were in kind of an anomaly against Auburn. But that is something that I know is pretty disappointing for Travis Williams' group. Again, I'm not blaming the defense.
No.
This is on the offense for me. I know you missed a field goal with Shipley, but my goodness gracious, 10 points, that's all you can muster? Yeah. I mean, let's read off their second half.
Can't blame it on the defense at all. What did you expect to win the game 10-9?
So they had a field goal. Listen to their last 5 drives in the second half. Interception, punt, fumble, end of half. And end of game, I should say. That was their 5 last drives in the second half.
Well, he had 10 for the ball game. Missed a field goal on one. I mean, let's see. There was the fumble, and then you punted 3 times. 2 fumbles, 3 punts. That's half your drives.
Mm-hmm.
Plus a missed field goal. I mean, yeah, no one planned to win this game 10-9. The offense has to score more points.
Yep.
I mean, and that's duh. But I mean, with all the problems they had on third down in the first half, I still thought the defense was serviceable. It got away late, but 24 points on the board going into the fourth quarter, that ought to have kept you in the ballgame.
8 of 14 is what LSU finished on third down in this game. Nussmeier, Lacey, Daniels, those guys were connected. Mason Taylor is one of the better tight ends in college football. Didn't have a massive game or anything. And again, Nussmeier didn't throw a touchdown in this football game, and yet he made plays. He wasn't incredibly elusive, like getting and running, but he was shifty enough in the pocket that you didn't get 1 sack on him on Saturday night.
Hey, a quick word for our friends at River City Coatings. Whether small or large, River City Coatings can handle all of your powder coating needs, but now they've added to the services and the things they can do for you. Laser cutting, press brake forming, and welding, now all available. So if you've got a piece of metal that you'd like to have an emblem or a logo or a mascot or something cut out of that, then have that welded onto something and all of it powder coated, they can do all of that fabricating that you need as well. River City Coatings. 479-471-7675. 471-7675. We ought to take our Morning Rush logo over there, have it laser cut into a piece of metal, then we can have it powder coated and hang it up here on the wall in the studio. That'd be pretty cool. You could do that with your company logo out there. 471-7675 or go to rivercitycoatings.com.
All right, so Arkansas, LSU is not the only game in college football this weekend. Texas went down to Georgia, and
has Brian called in yet? Is Brian on hold? No, Brian.
3 hours and 20 minutes of ESPN Arkansas programming, and
He's still thinking of what he's going to say.
Well, he better.
Brian's still with us.
He better think so, because I remember him saying that they were going to beat Georgia pretty good, and that was not at all what happened. That Georgia defense was hungry, they were physical, and Texas was not ready for what was walking into Darrell Royal Stadium.
All right, for those listening on ESPN 104.3 tomorrow morning, I'm going to be live at Neighbors Mill. Come by, have breakfast. We'll be there from 9 to 11, maybe an early lunch. We'll talk some Razorbacks and what's going on in Harrison. That's tomorrow morning, brought to you by Explore Harrison and Neighbors Mill. Right there on the main drag, right there on 65 in Harrison. So looking forward to being with everyone tomorrow. If you haven't downloaded the Bet Saracen app, be sure and get that downloaded to your phone right now. You can get all the lines for this weekend's upcoming
Hogs
games.
favored by 7.
And I was going to say 7 points is the line as Arkansas goes on the road as a 7-point favorite. I don't want to say this is a must-win, but it kind of feels like a must-win this weekend. Bet Saracen, the official sports betting app of the Morning Rush and Arkansas's favorite mobile sports betting app.
So we got plenty of texts so far here on a Hot Take Monday. I want to hear some calls. We heard them on Hog Reaction. I heard them this morning. What did you think about Arkansas's 34-10 loss to LSU? What stood out? What ticks you off? We'll field them all here on a Hot Take Monday. Stay with us the next hour and 40 minutes of the Morning Rush.
Find us on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 97.1 in Camden and South Arkansas, and everywhere on hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
House here in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where we are rolling out Rath Auto Relief. Now through midnight on Halloween, get up to $1,500 Rath cash when you purchase any one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Use it to pay your sales tax. Get extra for your trade or just take it right off the price. Plus, follow us on Facebook for fun-free giveaways every week. Rath Auto Relief. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Is your roof leaking? Do you have hail or wind damage? Is it just looking old and worn out? If so, you need to call Hoghead Roofing, a family-owned and operated roofing company where the #1 customer is you. They will give you their honest opinion on whether your roof needs replaced or repaired. They have folks that have worked on the insurance side so they can assist with all claims. Licensed, insured, and ready to serve you. Call Hoghead Roofing today at 479-522-0840. God bless.
Patriot Transport wants to thank their drivers for their hard work and dedication. The local and over-the-road drivers are essential to the Patriot Transport mission. Day in and day out, Patriot Transport drivers are on the road striving for safety and success. To the behind-the-scenes dispatch and office employees, Patriot Transport thanks them as well for the hard work they put in day and night. If you want to be a part of the Patriot Transport family, visit patriottransport.com. Patriot Transport is located in Danville, Arkansas.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything: service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com. Schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSAuto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats,
It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
So Arkansas didn't do a lot well on Saturday night. Here's Pittman after the game.
We got handled physically from the start. Kept fighting. I think they're a really good team. Disappointed for the fans that came out. I'm disappointed for, obviously, the kids. We couldn't stop the run when we needed to. We couldn't stop the passing game, the hitch routes they were doing. Offensively, never got any type of rhythm. Didn't run the ball well at all.
Travis Williams tried some different things. You saw a 3 down front. They tried blitzing. They tried dropping back. And whether it was Daniels, Lacey, the connection with Garrett Nussmeier, they just were clicking for a good chunk of that night. Give LSU credit. They came in here and, as Coach Pittman said, handled Arkansas. But offensively, I'll say, if I say this once, I'll say it 100 times this show. You just put your defense in terrible situations all night long on Saturday.
Well, you did, because the field position, you never won that field position battle. Your best starting field position was the Arkansas 26-yard line. But the defense also couldn't, in the first half, get off the field on third down. Coach just talked about those little 8-yard hitches just killed you throughout the night. So I feared this game going in. You heard me say it last week. You're playing an experienced quarterback versus the younger guys you played the last few weeks and few games, or teams like Auburn that's unsettled at quarterback when you played them, still maybe unsettled with Auburn. But you were running into a different cat this time. And he, no pun intended, but he took care of business like an experienced quarterback does in this league. And LSU is very much in the playoff discussion.
How about LSU being in first place right now, tied with Texas A&M? The SEC, Arkansas, if they had won that football game, would have been tied for second, with a bunch of other teams. Here's what I like, and it's hard to talk about this as an Arkansas fan, following what you saw on the field on Saturday night. But the SEC, to me, is wide open right now, as is college football. I think it's awesome, because I've been sick really the last few years of watching college football play out exactly how most people thought it was. I don't think we have that this year. Now, we could be wrong, and the first 7 or 8 weeks of the season might not necessarily dictate what's going to happen down the stretch, but I kind of enjoy that aspect. Now, mentioning the defense, Landon Jackson took some accountability after the game. He knows they have to play better.
Somewhat came into the game overcompensating for the pass, because they're a really talented team. In the passing game, it's always stopped the run, but at the same time, we went into it trying to avoid the deep ball as well. I feel like we just got to play harder. We got to play harder football. I feel like we were in the positions a lot of the times. I feel like our coach put us in positions to make the plays a lot of the times in the run game, but just misfits, misreads, just stuff like that. We got to be in the right spot at the right time and play harder and just all around play a better defensive ball game.
Hopefully they do this Saturday against Mississippi State, an offense that has been clicking a little bit. All right, some other news real quick. Congratulations to Moses Moody, signed a 3-year, $39 million extension with the Golden State Warriors. The Texas Longhorns fell to the Arkansas Razorbacks in soccer this weekend 4-3. And then Jake Bates was able to do this for the Detroit Lions and knock off, at the time, an undefeated Minnesota Vikings squad.
For the lead, Bates has delivered. Detroit is on top with 15 seconds left.
So you've got 2 NFL kickers that were on the roster last year, and unfortunately the kicking game still up in the air. Congratulations. I'll give you had Shipley made the 50-plus yard field goal. That was cool, but kicking game still an issue for this Arkansas football team. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Obviously, a loaded back-end home schedule for Arkansas. On the road this week at Mississippi State. But, hey, if you enjoyed the tailgate and you want to be a part of the remaining home games, there's still tickets available for great matchups against Ole Miss, the Texas Longhorns, and also single game tickets available for Louisiana Tech as well. Call 1-800-982-HOGS and get your tickets, or go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com. I thought the tailgating scene, the weather, other than the traffic, It was beautiful on Saturday in Fayetteville. 1-800-982-HOGS or go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com for tickets for the remaining home games for Razorback football.
Speaking of beautiful, what we saw in Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium on Saturday night was beautiful. Texas goes down 30-15. Brian and Ozark, welcome in following a Texas loss.
What's up?
What's
How are
going
y'all?
We just told you what's up.
Beautiful Monday morning.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. I'm not on suicide watch. For whatever reason, Texas sucks. I can call them out flat out. Their offense sucks. Their defense sucks. Everything about their team sucks.
Yeah.
But here's the difference. In a real coach, he benched their starting quarterback, and he set a precedent that he doesn't give a crap who you are on their team. If you play like crap, you will get benched. Why don't other coaches do that? I mean, it was very clear from halftime that Arkansas had no chance to win that game. Why wouldn't they play their backup?
It was
taking
16-7.
Yeah, and field goal
they had
made
no
it cut it within
chance from the
6.
start. LSU walked all over Arkansas from the time the game started.
It was 16-7 at the half.
And then became 16-10
What?
after a field goal.
Yeah.
It's a 6-point game.
Anyways, I'm not upset. Texas
not let
got
facts
their
get
ass
in the way.
Hold up.
Facts
Don't lie.
get in the
Don't
way.
lie, Brian. You're not upset. You're not upset. Have you
I'm
been
not upset
parading
because you know
all
what?
offseason how Texas was going to win that football game, including last week, and they got obliterated at home? That score was nowhere
And I
near
heard
close
so
to
many
the
people
score.
yesterday that Arkansas is going to beat LSU by 21.
I was dead wrong. I said by 2
Nope.
touchdowns. I've admitted that.
I didn't say
But
that.
I need you to. No, Tommy called it right. So you admit you were
Arkansas
wrong
won't
last
beat
week.
anybody by 21.
Okay.
Except maybe UAPB.
They might win, though, which is all that matters. No one cares if it's by 3
But
touchdowns
what
or
I'm
it's just a
saying
win.
is
Unless you're betting.
Texas is still in the college playoff talk, and Arkansas is in the toilet bowl talk. So, I mean, there's a big difference there.
All right.
I'm not upset.
Well, you sound
Georgia
upset.
beat our ass. No problem.
Well, I'm going to be honest. You sound upset, and you're trying to compensate for what you said last week, what you said leading up to that game. Georgia walked in that stadium, the first time Texas played a real football team all season long, and they got obliterated in their home venue. Arkansas didn't look good on Saturday night. They played their worst game all season. We'll see which team bounces back. One's in Nashville this week. One's in Starkville.
Hey, brought to you by the Fence Man. 479-782-3936 is the number. It is a great time to get in line for your next fence, whether it's a 6-foot privacy fence around the backyard to keep the dogs in, or whether you need at work a custom industrial 10-foot chain link with razor wire at the top. They can do it all and everything in between. 782-3936. Call the experts. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb pages for him.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is The Morning Rush.
Say goodbye!
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The American Patriot Promotions Gun Show is coming to Clarksville Saturday, November 16th and Sunday, November 17th. On Saturday, the doors open from 9 to 5 and Sunday from 9 till 3. The American Patriot Promotions Clarksville Gun Show is at the Johnson County Fairgrounds. Tickets are just $10 per person and only $8 for veterans, military, and police. Children 16 and under are free. For more information, go to AmericanPatriotPromotions.com.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family. Celebrate your pastor at the Solid Rock this month. October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and to help you celebrate, the Solid Rock is giving you a $5 gift card to give to your pastor with any purchase of $50 or more. And while you're there, be sure to check out the wonderful assortment of items that would make great pastor appreciation gifts. Celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month at the Solid Rock, the store that honors Christ all year long, off South 74th near Sam's Club.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
So, Jaquinda Jackson didn't have the kind of night, nor did the Razorbacks on the ground, obviously, have the kind of night you were looking for. When you look at Jaquinda Jackson's numbers for the season, didn't add to it what he wanted. But here's the Morning Rush Daily question brought to you by CartPath Social. Will Jaquinda Jackson get to 1,000 yards on the year? And before you quickly just say no, 592 yards at this point, averaging 84.6 yards a game.
408 in 5 games.
Will he play in all the remaining games?
5 games at an 85-yard average gets you to 1,017 yards to be maintained as average. So, will he stay healthy enough, and will he get to 1,000 yards, gentlemen? Will Jackson be at 1,000 yards And will Arkansas have a 1,000-yard rusher? If they're going to have a 1,000-yard rusher, it's going to be him because Taylon Green's the second leading rusher on this team at 316 yards. Braylon Russell has 127. So there's only one Razorback with a chance to get to 1,000, and it is Jackson.
I hate to pile on the Debbie Downers this morning, but no, I don't think he is just when he is in and he's right, he looks really good, Tommy. And when the offensive line's clicking, I don't think there's a better running back that is in sync with them than Jaquin. He breaks tackles left and right, but he's just hampered and hobbled all the time. And that was one of the things he was angry about in the offseason. It's like, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like people just think I'm paper like thin, and some guys just get injured. They're good players, but they get injured. I don't think that he can sustain for 408 yards in 5 games.
5 carries, 26 yards Saturday. Obviously, that put a hit on the average, but you got Louisiana Tech still in the schedule. Whose defenses are better than LSU's moving forward? Mississippi State, I'd say no. Ole Miss,
Texas.
Statistically, Ole Miss and Texas are better. Statistically, LSU wasn't great stopping the run heading into this.
Have the SEC stats, but I wonder who the best rushing defenses are. Louisiana Tech's a game that if you're healthy, he could go over 100. You would think in that game, but he's going to have some. I mean, obviously, 84 having a 26-yard game lowers your average with only 5 carries, but I worry about the durability. I'm with you guys. You still got a bye week coming up before the Texas game in there, so some things are going to have. He's going to have to stay healthy to do it, but he's the only one you've got that's got a chance at 1,000 yards this year.
Well, Seth and Rogers points out that the O-line has been subpar the last couple games, and he wonders when Arkansas will have a type of offensive line that you saw on Saturday against LSU. I don't know. That's a fair question. I know from a passing standpoint, LSU's offensive line was really, really good against Arkansas. Rushing the football, they probably ran the ball a little better than maybe I expected based on some things you saw. You heard Landon this last segment talk about, hey, we focus more on the pass side of things, and hopefully they'll get that corrected heading into Mississippi State. So the answer to your original question, I say no. Big C, what did you say?
I think you will if he has I'll say yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I think he gets to 1,000 because you still have a non-conference game.
Okay, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. You can check out Christian and Nate's facility in Northwest Arkansas. It's the #1 indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas. Check it out at cartpasssocial.com. 122 Grant Place, located in Lowell. Great place to watch all the NFL games on Sunday or Thursday night, college football on Saturdays. They got their first league going this week. I know they're really excited about that, and you can reach out to them if you're interested of a league of your friends. Temperature's starting to rise. We're going to have some, I say that, weather's a little better this week.
It's going to be like 90, close to 90 south of the tunnel this week.
Yeah, but then it's going to, as we know, at the end of October, November, December, get colder. So if you still want to play golf, and you still want to play over 500 different golf courses, then you can check them out at Cart Path Social. Again, cartpathsocial.com.
80 today in Fayetteville, 83 tomorrow, 85 Wednesday, 85 Thursday. So, yeah, we're not done with at least warmer fall, with Indian summer or whatever we call it. Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Here's why you want to do business with Chris and Lee J and their team. You get a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. I mean, you talk about peace of mind. You've ever had a car or something that's broke down on you and, head gasket, a transmission, something major goes wrong with the powertrain. Man, if you don't have that long extended warranty, man, it just seems like every problem you ever have comes after the warranty's just expired. You never have to worry about that with Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Hot Take Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV.
So we had a text on the text line from, Gavin in Fayetteville that points out Tyrone Broden had one of his better games of the season, made a couple nice catches. And on the subject of Tyrone Broden, I didn't want to get into this right off the jump. We're 45 minutes into a Hot Take Monday this morning. Help me understand, again, this is not the reason that Arkansas lost. So I'm not blaming the officials this morning here on a Hot Take Monday, but help me understand how they reversed that targeting call.
Now, again, I have not went back and watched the TV. So I was in the stadium. I saw the replays. So some of you at home have seen more of this than I have. But from the replay that was shown on the board, it looked to me like, and by the rule, the shoulder-led below the head and neck area
Okay.
with the initial contact. For targeting, you need the crown of the helmet making forcible contact. Now, there was a launch. There was a crouch and launch there, but I don't
You don't think that was
fit-
shoulder area? You think it was a little below that?
Again, you've probably seen more of it than me, but from the angle, and the one thing they've got to improve in the stadium is showing you more. They put up all that box that shows you what replay's looking at, and they give you like one look in the stadium. I don't know if that's conference policy or whatever, but and I can see why people are upset. The intent was to hurt him, but it's hard to judge intent. It's hard. I mean, there were 4 flags down on the play.
I think
it
every
smelled
official-
like, looked like, felt like a targeting call.
And then
But it did look like shoulder below the head and neck area on the contact.
And
it didn't seem to rise up, though, with the helmet in the throat or in the helmet.
And
in
that
the
was
head
a
area.
huge sequence,
Oh,
if you
big.
remember, because that happened. They reversed it. Arkansas would have been past midfield at that point.
You'd have moved to the 34-yard line.
And then they threw again on the sidelines to Jordan Anthony, which to me looked like a pass interference, especially some of the ones they called on Arkansas throughout the game. And again, Arkansas had, I think, 7 penalties. LSU had 11. They were more of the false starts. But that, to me, looked like he tackled Anthony, and it was a very catchable ball, and no flag. And that sequence right there,
the pass,
which
yeah.
yes, which would have again
He
moved
didn't-
it 15 more yards. I thought could have potentially at least got him in field goal range.
I did not think it was the best night for the Stripes. Now, the targeting call, I mean, I'm going to withhold judgment. I need to go back and look at it. I just didn't have time yesterday. The PI in the stadium, in the replays on that, it appeared to be, did it appear to you the defender was playing the ball?
He turned his head around, but
was there early contact?
Yes.
Because here's what they're looking for. Early contact, not playing the ball. If you make contact and your head's not turned, it's going to be a flag if that occurs before the ball arrives. He had the arm out with the separation, and it did appear he turned at the last second. So maybe the head turn was enough on that play. But there was definitely early contact.
Yeah, I thought that sequence right there really took the winds out of the sails for the Arkansas offense, and I believe that was right before half. LSU ended up kneeling in that drive to send it to half. Arkansas's offense just really didn't get anything going after that field goal in the second half. If you've got some thoughts here on Hot Take Monday, jump in with us, 877-377-6963. Dan chimes in on YouTube. Well, it was definitely targeted. Even the TV announcers were shocked.
Well,
I
was in the stadium. Because I told those around me, well, we're going to get, at a minimum, get the ball at the 34-yard line, it appears. Because that's where the penalty, and obviously it didn't work out.
I listened to a little bit of Hog Reaction after the game. I don't think the majority of fans blamed officials for the loss, and you shouldn't, because Arkansas got thoroughly whipped up and down the field for the majority of that football game. I just thought there were a few calls here and there that went against Arkansas, because I think the ones that went for Arkansas, like the false starts, were blatantly obvious, and of course they were.
Those call themselves.
Yes, they had to in that
Their
situation.
center was having trouble. I mean, there were several snap infractions. So, I mean, the crowd had an impact on the ball game, but those aren't what I would really call judgment calls. Those are there or they're not there, So, I mean, but there was also, was it 2 offensive pass interference called on LSU?
Yeah, the pick play that pulled
pick
it all
play
the
near
way
the goal
back.
line, and then there's another one downfield on separation. I mean, those are calls if you think things are going against you and, you're not getting a favorable whistle, as we'd say in basketball, those aren't calls you'd get under those circumstances. So, but the 50-50 calls did not fall your way a couple times in that game. That's for sure.
No, and I heard this too much during the course of that game. Too much during that game. You heard the LSU fight song. Heard it way. LSU now, again, is tied with Texas A&M. I think that's the only team that's tied with them right now because they haven't lost a conference game. And this is, the biggest game in the SEC in Saturday is in College Station.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a lot of people that anticipated.
You know where I'm going to be Friday night?
I'm assuming calling a high school game.
I'm going to be in Baton Rouge on Friday night. So
really,
what's this weekend?
Well, I'm taking the girls down to New Orleans for the weekend.
Oh, wait, what concert are you going to again?
Some Taylor Smith.
Okay.
Is that right?
You're gonna
Taylor
irritate
Smith.
DQ. You're gonna irritate DQ this morning by saying that. So you're in Baton Rouge, and
So
no one else.
And here's the thing: I tried to, because we've been playing this trip. I didn't realize the kids were out of school, so I didn't book Friday night in New Orleans. when I booked my original hotel rooms. So I went back and I was going to like add a night or find another room. Like in Metairie, 30 minutes out of town, the cheapest room was $600 at a Hampton Inn.
Oh, gosh.
At a Hampton Inn. She's there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She's doing a 3-nighter. So
Three-nighter.
So
But,
$2,000.
so we're staying in Baton Rouge for like $1.50 and going to have, good meal and then
go to
drive in.
Phil's. This is not a bad. I
Phil's?
know I sent you to a bad part of town last time in Dallas. A recommendation.
No, it was fine, but the food was good.
Yeah,
we were fine.
Phil's is phenomenal. The reason that Baton Rouge is my favorite SEC town.
I mean, downtown
outside of-
Dallas. We parked at the corner of Malcolm X and Main, but it was fine.
You're here in one piece.
No, it was fine.
Get Phil's. You're with your kids, so don't go to Iowa. Go to Phil's. It's
I've got
my
a
favorite SEC restaurant.
in Baton Rouge. All right.
It's phenomenal.
So we're going to stay in Baton Rouge Friday night.
I love Baton
Look at the
Rouge.
stadium, the campus. We'll have all those folks to deal with.
Campus
and then
is cool.
Drive
Go see
in
Mike-
the next morning
Where about
to,
your Arkansas?
to Nolans.
Go see Mike the Tiger. I heard. I mean,
Mike the Tiger will be. Well, do they take him on road trips? I don't know. So
he probably.
Probably.
That being said, he's probably in College Station this weekend. You're right.
Hey, when it's time to spruce up your existing home or even build a brand new one, you can trust the experts at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas to help you with all the options that are out there in today's financing world. Rates are dropping. Is now the time. They can give you the advice that you need. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com, or drop by any of Farm Credit of Western Arkansas's 25 locations today and get started on building more family memories.
All right, we got a lot to get to in hour number 2 here of a Hot Take Monday. Some more of what happened in the Southeastern Conference this weekend. The World Series is set. The Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees, plus some other things that occurred over sports this weekend, including the Kansas City Chiefs getting it done against the Niners. Hour 2 is next.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Nothing says summer fun like fishing with a Thill Bobber with the family. America's favorite floats by Thill are available in a variety of sizes and colors. These premium balsa wood floats are made by the thousands at Pradco in Fort Smith, Arkansas. They are great at detecting the slightest bites by fish and work great in tandem with crickets and redworms. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. America's favorite floats by Thill.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Get the best deals of the year on select New Holland tractors and hay equipment right now at WT Equipment during New Holland's year-end value bonanza. Get the biggest savings with cash back plus 0% interest, $0 down, and 0 due until 2025. Don't miss your chance to harvest our best deals on New Holland's best equipment during value bonanza now at WT Equipment. Offer ends December 31st or while supplies last. For commercial use only. Subject to credit approval and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where we are rolling out Rath Auto Relief. Now through midnight on Halloween, get up to $1,500 Rath cash when you purchase any one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Use it to pay your sales tax, get extra for your trade, or just take it right off the price. Plus, follow us on Facebook for fun-free giveaways every week. Rath Auto Relief. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Witz Marine, your authorized Mercury dealer, is ready to take care of your winterization needs. With cold weather just around the corner, be sure to get your Mercruiser stern drives drained and flushed with antifreeze. For those with outboards, it's a great time to change the oil and service the lower unit. Plus, treat your fuel for a trouble-free next season. Don't get caught this winter. It's also a great time to repower the old boat with a new reliable Mercury engine. That's Witz Marine, your authorized repower center. 823 North 11th next to Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith.
Got a few skeletons in your closet? Want to seal your past criminal charges? Need to clear up some current ones? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Fines and restitution add up. You need an attorney to help you navigate the justice system, but how do you pay for it all? At Mock Legal Solutions, we offer flat fees and payment plans, so you can get back on track without selling a kidney. Now that's a monster of a deal. Call today for a free consultation. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Looking to boost your health and feel your best? Elite Wellness and Aesthetics in Fort Smith is here to help. Starting at only $200 a month, semaglutide and tirzepatide are weight loss shots that can kickstart your journey to a healthier, more confident you. And with Elite's hormone therapy treatments, you can restore balance, energy, and vitality. Take control of your health today with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. 479-242-9355 to schedule your appointment or visit FortSmithElite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money, the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
When I need a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, I always choose the Inn at the Mill. It's centrally located in the heart of NWA at the Johnson exit off I-49 and is the most unique choice of hotels in the region. Whether you're in town for the game, a concert at the Amp, business travel, or just a weekend away, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious, clean room ready for you. Reserve your stay at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny skies. Our high this afternoon right around the 80-degree mark. We'll see clear skies overnight, low upper 40s to low 50s overnight. And then Tuesday, sunshine, a high low 80s. Wednesday, back to sun. High temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3.
They run a draw with Dubinion. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage, and the football game is over. LSU pulls away in the second half, and the Tigers defeat the Razorbacks by a final of 34-10.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about them Cowboys?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those. Oh.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the...
All right, we welcome you into a Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rush, hour number 2. And I know people are hot following a 34-10 loss to the LSU Tigers, including Chris on YouTube, who has not seen consecutive wins in Fayetteville for quite some time. Drove 5 hours to the game. Felt like the Razorback fans showed up and showed out. Unfortunately, the team didn't. A lot of reaction coming up. Clay Henry's going to join us momentarily as we continue on the next hour, Tommy.
Yep, a couple programming notes here. Thursday, Golf USA is having their Moonlight Madness sale. Matt Jones and myself are going to be out at Golf USA Thursday afternoon. You're a golfer. You want to make a plan to be at Golf USA. They're going to have, you know those fleeces I gave you guys last week?
The comfortable. They Christian, I
Nike,
mean, wear
they're
them all
Nike.
the time.
It's a Nike fleece.
Got
You
a
know where it
lot-
came from?
Golf USA.
At their Moonlight Madness sale last year. So all kinds of great deals. Everything in the store, 10 to 70% off. They're going to have NCAA apparel and accessories, 30% off. They'll have all of their in-stock woods, hybrids, irons, and wedges on sale. Rain gear on sale. It's all this Thursday, store-wide savings during their once-a-year Moonlight Madness sale at Golf USA. Matt and I will be there. Come by and say hi. They'll have the store closed from noon to 4, and then swing the doors open from 4 till 10 p.m. for the biggest savings of the year during the Moonlight Madness sale this Thursday night at Golf USA, 3184 North College in Fayetteville. It is a Hot Take Monday. It's brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The great brands like Grand Design, Forest River, and Brinkley are there. Lifetime warranty on every new product they sell, and an award-winning service department that stands behind everything they do and is always there, whether it's winterization you're thinking about right now or you've got an issue with something. I saw someone the other day had I don't know what brand it was, but I was passing them on the interstate, had a flat tire on their trailer, their camper, and man, it was tearing up jack underneath. There's styrofoam and stuff going everywhere. So you need someone like Wheels to help you put that all back together. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Off play action, trying to throw the football. It's deflected and intercepted. It's deflected and intercepted. Weeks deflected it, then intercepted it, and they're going to take it down to the Arkansas 2-yard line.
That was one of the plays of the game right there. And we're going to talk about it with Clay Henry coming up.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Sawyer's, everything for outside the house.
Clay, Will Weeks had the game of his life, seemingly, against the Arkansas Razorbacks. That interception, had a pass breakup, and was just all over the field for that LSU defense. He ended his night with 9 tackles, a sack as well. LSU got to Taylon Green a time or two on Saturday night, and defensively, they really hounded the run game for about 60 minutes.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Y'all, I've been listening to y'all, rolling along through Colorado on my way back from a week in Loveland and Estes Park, and Boulder, golf. Interesting experience Saturday. I was in a theater room with 3 big screens. It was almost overload.
So
watching Arkansas and LSU and Georgia and Texas at the same time. You know, Tommy, the tough part about it, I defer to you on just all things officials because you watch with trained eyes. I watch with passion, like I want it to be a penalty, and it kind of inflames my thoughts. But I saw a targeting call in one game and then saw it in almost exactly the same thing in another game. Both of them, 80-inch screens, and I'm 5 feet away. And they didn't call them the same way, Tommy.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, that's hard to stomach when it doesn't go your way.
Isn't it the same guy in Birmingham that makes the final determination?
Well, the booth official is supposed to be making the final determination with help from Birmingham, but that's the whole reason to have centralized replay is to avoid exactly what you just said, where you see it one way in a different state in your same conference. I mean, if you're watching a game at Auburn and you're watching a game at Arkansas and you see it the same or similar play, you should have the same or similar outcome. I agree.
Yeah, because it really affects the next week's game. So opponents, like a guy's being withheld from a game, and then maybe their opponent has a player that doesn't get withheld because they reverse that call. I thought that there was contact to the face mask area. It definitely was in the high upper chest, but the face mask was depressed in both those calls, and I thought they called them different ways. Yeah. But hey, it still comes down to turnovers on the first play of possession that does 2 things. It gave, you give up 11 points plus the time of possession kills your defense.
Yeah.
38, 39 minutes and that's so Arkansas' strength so far this season has been time of possession, running the ball, and LSU stripped that away. The 2 turnovers, that were first plays of drives, the Dominion fumble and then the deflection, for the interception. They're as big as the the targeting play that was stripped away. But
Absolutely.
I just got sick at my stomach watching the Texas game, though.
Well, back to the targeting play. I thought, beyond just the officiating decision or whatever, and maybe that's a 50-50 call, maybe however you see it.
Maybe
Let's set that aside. I thought it was the deflation of momentum, and what would have taken you from the 49-yard line to the 34-yard line and put you in field goal range, or more securely in field goal range, which is a whole other conversation. That was the bigger deal. Was not an ejection or whether it was target. It was the momentum you lost that took the wind out of your sails, and precious field position, which Arkansas could not get for starting field position all night. It swept that away as well, all in one reversal of a call.
And it's deflating to the crowd. I mean, it was hard to sustain the crowd noise because of the momentum that LSU. If they got the ball 38, 39 minutes. That's tough. It's those 75,000, and it was a lot more Arkansas fans than say the Tennessee game. LSU didn't bring near as many as Tennessee. That place was ready to explode, and just it wasn't ever going to happen. But yeah, I think that there's the running game. I think your 2 runners, your 2 guys that have been the bell cows, neither one of them could go really. They did, when you think about Taylor Green, they weren't running a lot of RPO stuff. They didn't want him to get hit.
Right.
He turned down chances to run when there was green grass in front of him. It was not quite the same as what he'd been. Mm-hmm. And then Jaquindon Jackson, he didn't have it, and he's been your best runner. And so your strengths have been defensive stops and running the ball on offense. They weren't there in that game.
So why was LSU so successful on third down in the first half? It just seemed like
third and short. Because they were making plays on first down. They even when they would have a penalty, they would make a play on first down to get 8 or 9 yards and get back on then make 5 yards, and it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. You can make those plays. You don't have a chance to tee off in blitzes when it's 3rd and 4 because they may gash you and hit a long run. Travis Williams' hands were tied on third down. You go back and look at they never were sitting there with 3rd and long, not consistently. Let's put it that way. Like Arkansas's defense has been in a controlling situation because they've been winning first down. They didn't in this game.
Yeah, that's an odd thing to see. You were talking about Jaquindon Jackson and him not having it. Here's Pittman after the game, just about his health overall.
Well, he came into the game with a little bit of a beat-up ankle and turned on him there towards the end of the 3rd or 4th quarter. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if it's any worse than what it was last week at this time. So hopefully we'll be able to get him back.
I know he wasn't listed on the injury report. Pittman also talked about he wanted to, again, just play. He was going to play this week because we knew it was a pivotal game and everything. But Tommy asked a question earlier in the first hour, Clay, about maybe him going over 1,000 yards. He's been dinged up in every game this season, something as small as cramps versus something like an ankle this past game. And I wonder what the staff is thinking about his durability in the remaining 5 games, 4 of which are against SEC foes.
Takes a lot of punishment, his running style. He's going to take on guys with heavy workload early. The key part about the running game this year is lack of dominion. I'll go back to a conversation I had with Bobby Petrino after the spring. Dominion was really, really as good as they had, and for a lot of situations. And he said, I'm going to list them as 1A and 1B. Depending on what play I called it, one guy might start over the other. Well, you never have gotten that feeling that was the case this year with Dominion. He missed a lot of August, hurt. then he was suspended for a game. So he is not, he wasn't battle tested in this game, and the fumble that he coughed up, I didn't think it was, what I would. I mean, he just coughed it up.
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad hit. The guy just kind of raked across there. It's kind of an afterthought. It comes loose. That should not happen.
And I think
that's from not playing.
Yeah, I think that was the longest run of the game, Clay, if I remember that correctly. And you're thinking, all right, positivity, here we go. And then
Jaquindon made 8 on the play that he came out, and they blocked both those plays pretty well.
Just didn't have a lot of explosiveness to their offense whatsoever. Clay Henry's with us. His conversations brought to you by the Arkansas Game is Fish, as well as his stuff right now on hitthatline.com. Clay, when you think about what's to come in the remaining 5 games, you got Mississippi State, where Arkansas is about a touchdown favorite this weekend. You've got Ole Miss and Texas still at home. There's a bye that's sandwiched in between those. Then you finish out with Louisiana Tech and Missouri. Where do you think Arkansas fans are feeling right now based on the competition that you have in the next 5 games?
Yeah, I think that I'll just speak to what I know. I can't. I haven't been around fans, the last 48 hours. I'm isolated where I watch the game, small group. But I just think it's a week-to-week thing. Every game is different. Every situation is different. It's emotions for one team is different from one week to the next. Arkansas put a lot of stock in these two games, had an open date to prepare. Will they have their stinger? Mississippi State looked like they played Texas A&M pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that game. What will their mindset be? Did they feel like they, kind of shot their, full load, like double-barreled and didn't get anything, still weren't in the game in the last 5 minutes? Texas A&M controlled the end of that game. I think it just comes down to, can Arkansas run the ball against Mississippi State the way they did earlier in this year? And most teams have run it. They have not been able to stop a good running game. So I think that will be an advantage for Arkansas, and then get their momentum back, get their stinger back. But I think it's week to week. And for one team, you may have an injured quarterback, just like Arkansas did this game. Every game is different. Texas will be different than they played Georgia. They won't have the same all-out effort that they had against Georgia. What will their quarterback situation be? I'm not sure that Ewers is really back. What I'm getting at is we don't know until we get to the games what the mindset of the team. I can't speak to fans. I know there's probably a lot of frustration right now. Arkansas was poised to make a second half run when it's 16-10 and they got the ball back. Things went right to start the third quarter. They get a field goal. They get a stop. They get the ball back. They had a chance to do something in that game, and it all just fell apart. And that's what can happen. So, you hit a hot read on that RPO where they're blitzing. They turned somebody loose on that play, but he didn't see him. So the momentum can really switch on a play like that.
Well, Clay, be careful driving in, and we'll talk to you later on this week.
Okay, I'm listening to y'all. Nice show. Y'all are talking about the things I want to listen to. So, yeah, just hang in there.
Hey, the sun still came up. It will again tomorrow. So, all right, yeah. Clay Henry, the Hall of Famer, with us here on the Morning Rush, and we'll talk to Clay a couple times before the week is up as well. Hey, this hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Sawyer Sunrooms. If you're looking for a local company that's locally owned, that has the experience and has been around for decades, that can handle everything for the outside of your home, whether it's your driveway, whether it's a sunroom, whether it's a patio cover, pergolas. They can put new windows in your home, and, of course, siding as well. That's why you need to turn to Buzz Sawyer. He's been in our community. He knows our community, and he can take care of all those things that you are looking for. Even the powered louvers that go over the top of the sunrooms, or the pergolas, rather, he can do those as well. Lifetime products, lifetime warranties on those products, quality craftsmanship, and, hey, Buzz loves to talk some football, too. He is the voice of the Northside Grizzlies, and you can talk a little football with him as well. So everything for the outside of the house is there. Go to Sawyers-Sunrooms.com. That's Sawyers-Sunrooms.com, or stop in to see Buzz and his team at 8605 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith.
Maybe in years past, I would still be as hot as I was in previous years on a Hot Take Monday. But after I left the press box before the end of the third quarter, picked up 2 Michelob Ultras and sat in the stairwell and watched the end of the game. Also went on a nice leisurely walk last night. Let me tell you, as you grow in age, there is nothing better than a walk around the neighborhood. You pop your headphones in. I was with a buddy last night. We were chatting up about the games this weekend. I used to wonder, it's like, why do middle-aged people go on walks all the time? Now I know.
That's what I did this morning.
It's fantastic.
It was a fantastic.
The walk is fantastic.
Got a lot of things done last night. Stayed up, until after close to 11. Put the computer up. Got up this morning. Took the son to school for football practice. Went for a walk with some buddies. We talked about the game, talked about guy stuff, and then got to take my daughter to school. What a great morning, all before 8 o'clock. Yeah, it sucks you lost the game, but what a great morning.
The walk is an elite part of the
it clears your mind
process.
Gives you time to think.
Buddy brought his dog. Lila was walking all around the neighborhood. It was great. It was great. Now I really want a dog. I need a nice little yellow lab to accompany me on these walks from now on.
You got a fenced backyard to
No, I've got a fenced in part of the house.
A guy you can call.
Yes, that would be Mr. Sean.
Yeah. So that'd be a great way. All right, we got more to come. Your calls and texts are welcome. Plus, we'll do the SEC update on the way as well. We're brought to you by West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services, water, sewer, gas, and grease lines. They've been doing it since 1993. If you've got a clogged drain, Mondays just stink for problems around the house. Clogged drains, water heaters on the fritz, all those things. 646-5151 is their number. They'll have an expert on the way to help you with whatever the issue is. 646-5151. West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services, 479-646-5151.
Some weird outcomes in the Southeastern Conference this weekend and some really standing-changing games. We'll tell you about those next.
Do you want to listen to your favorite Hit That Line podcast? We've got you covered. Just click on the podcast tab at the top of hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line anywhere you listen to podcasts.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
All the road hogs have the hot calls and the tailgate ready to roll.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call
on ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything sports betting. Every stat, every matchup, breakdown, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. With the largest catalog of odds on everything from football, MLB playoffs, NHL, and NBA to political props. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poke. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Conneray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite.
Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
All right, so I had some crazy outcomes in the Southeastern Conference this weekend, but maybe the craziest thing that happened on Saturday was from the fans in Austin, Texas.
Contact both ways. Both guys looking at the football by the entire...
Yeah, the students are now raining bottles down, and this is unfortunate. This is going to delay the game. That's the student section down there in the corner. They're not going to win the Taco Bell contest at this rate.
No.
Nope.
They changed the call after that.
Pretty,
That reminds me of that Tennessee-Ole Miss game where they did not change the call. Tennessee was throwing stuff several years back. Man, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was Lane Kiffin coming back to Knoxville, which they met him with mustard bottles and everything else. Texas would go on to lose this game 30-15. Georgia got it going in the first half and held out for that win. Held out for that win, and we'll see what happens as the SEC continues to play out in this season. Alabama against Tennessee. Tennessee gets it done with a 24-17 victory and the go-ahead touchdown late. 24-17 the final. Tommy, our buddy Bruce Stanton, who's going to be in tomorrow, was as happy as a clam on Saturday.
Well, it should be. And Tennessee's leveling up right now as a program, doing things they haven't consistently done, beat Florida and beat Alabama. And they're starting to do those things. You hear about the streaks of, 15 to the last 16 going into this year with Florida. They beat Alabama. Is it 2 of the last 3 now? Or is it 2 in a row?
2 of the last 3 because
2 of the last 3.
They lost.
These aren't things that Tennessee was doing on on a regular basis at all, because they had a 16-year losing streak as well to Bama. So they're clearly leveling up as a program.
Yeah, they broke their streak. Unfortunately, Arkansas was never able to
Vandy
beat.
broke theirs as well.
Yes, they're never able to beat Nick Saban.
And now Alabama doesn't want to schedule us.
Speaking of Vanderbilt, they squeaked out a win against Ball State, 24-14. They host Texas this weekend. Curious how that game goes. Florida smacked Kentucky 48-20. South Carolina winning Norman 35-9. Tommy, one of the teams I was pretty bullish on the offseason is like OU's going 6-6, 7-5. They are not happy with.
They struggle to get to that.
Yeah, not happy.
And do we get to play them? No.
Nope. Missouri.
By the time they get on the Arkansas schedule, they'll be primed for a playoff spot.
A reincarnation of Jason White.
How in the world
how
did we avoid Vanderbilt this year? That's an amazement in and of itself.
Yeah. Auburn almost beat Missouri. They lose 21-17, and then Texas A&M Mississippi State played A&M tough, but A&M ultimately won in Starkville 34-24. Those are the SEC games that happened this weekend. The biggest one being Georgia's win against Texas, though.
Play clock at 3, and touchdown, ETN barrels forward.
They just outmuscled and outplayed the Longhorns throughout the duration of that 60-minute football game. Texas fans not happy, of course, including Brian and Ozark. But, again, the SEC, very interesting right now. Biggest game of the weekend, Tommy, is in College Station with LSU and Texas A&M.
Well, I mean, it's king of the mountain game, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, somebody's going to be at the top undefeated, and somebody's going to get somebody, as Michael Buffer would say, it's got to go.
I think it's wild that Vanderbilt.
And then we're talking about conference record, of course.
Yes, in conference right now, LSU 3-0, Texas A&M 4-0. We'll see if the Tigers or the Aggies are undefeated after this weekend.
All right, your SEC update is brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. I know it's going to warm up a little bit during the day, but we're still getting those cool mornings in the 30s and 40s, and right now is the perfect time to get your hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. Their warehouse clearance sale is underway right now. They've got you covered with more than 100 hot tubs in stock. They deliver, they set up, they take care of everything, so you can just get in and relax. And they're on sale now, starting as low as $49.99 and payments as low as $58 a month. So visit Burton Pools and Spas. They have 3 locations, Springdale, Greenland, and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com.
I do want to mention something else that happened to our state this weekend. Ouachita Baptist beat an undefeated and on a winning streak Harding Academy. Not Academy, Harding University.
4th down and drop back. Keylon's in trouble. He throws it, and it takes the play. It's incomplete. The clock runs out. The Steelers start the field. Down goes number 1. Down goes number 1.
Paint it purple. 25-game winning streak that was snapped this weekend in Arkadelphia, Tommy.
And for storming the field, Will Pruitt, the commissioner of the Great American Conference, has fined Ouachita Baptist $75 for storming the field. So that's the first offense. That's a $75 fine from the Great American Conference.
That audio courtesy of the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. But they had a cool light display on afterwards, and it was a pandemonium this weekend.
I heard Rex on the scoreboard show Friday night. I was listening, driving back home after the game I was at, and he said, this is the biggest game I've called in 40 years.
Wow.
So as far as regular season games, that was huge. So Harding and Ouachita, big ball game. And there's been a lot of them for Ouachita. They've had a long tradition. So defeated the defending national champions. That was a big win.
Pretty special for the Tigers in this one. So congratulations to that program. We don't touch on a lot on in-state schools outside the Razorbacks, but wanted to give them their just due after snapping a 25-game win streak this weekend.
Hey, great time to get to Gaston's White River Resort and relax and get away. I'm telling you, the leaves going up 49 to the game just looked awesome. And
it's beautiful.
Driving over for the show at Neighbors Mill tomorrow. And looking forward to driving up today for tomorrow's show.
Mm-hmm.
I am really looking forward to just the fall foliage. You're becoming an old man when leaves changing becomes something you get excited about.
Walks and foliage. Walks and foliage.
Gaston's would be a beautiful time, and I'm gonna tell you, floating the river right now at Gaston's, fishing, looking at God's creation. I mean, just be a great time to do that. 870-431-5202. They have 80 private cabins and lodges. It's a great time to just relax. They got fire pits on property. They got many of their cabins with fireplaces and private kitchens or your own kitchens. So you can, if you like to cook and do those things, bring your groceries, you can. They have a restaurant on site, with breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, so they can do all the cooking as well. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
I guess there's pros and cons to procreating.
Most of the pros are over at the very beginning of the process.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is The Morning Rush.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag. Loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
To $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Whether you're planting a tree in your backyard or trenching at a construction site, a call to 811 helps prevent dangerous damage to underground utilities and is the first step in keeping yourself and your community safe. Hitting a line can knock out service to your home and neighborhood, resulting in fines, damages, serious injury, or worse. Safety is in your hands. Call 811 before you dig. It's easy, it's free, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Black Hills Energy.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
End of season savings are yours right now on Kubota hay equipment at Gray Brothers, including the new DM Series disc mowers, or try Kubota's DM Series trail mowers. And for the prettiest bale of hay on the market, try Kubota's VV Series round baler. With Gray Brothers low pricing and great interest rates from Kubota, it's time for your new hay equipment. That's Gray Brothers equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You know I've had a heater while I'm waiting on y'all to get me on the radio.
Zone read. Give to Jackson at the goal line. Touchdown, Arkansas. Jaquindon Jackson with his 10th rushing touchdown of the year, and Arkansas is back within one score.
Please rate and review the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Give us 5 stars to help us get our content out to the rest of the Razorback family. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Tommy, Chris in Fayetteville has an insider, which is evidently why he's willing to bet me $1,000 that Mississippi State beats Arkansas by 10, even though the Razorbacks are a road favorite. Kind of surprised to see that they are a road favorite.
He said Mississippi State would win by 10?
He thinks they'll win by, I said 10, 7. He thinks they'll win by 7. He's willing to bet $1,000 that it happens because he has an insider. No. After this weekend. I'd be, and I wouldn't, and I said even prior to this weekend, I didn't think Arkansas would play well in Starkville, and I don't think they will. I think they might get a win, but
still expect them to win.
Well, feels like a must-win to me. I mean, or things could spiral. I mean, it's not must-win from like you can't get bowl eligible, but really feels like a must-win to just be on track and kind of get back to what everyone's expecting, which is to get to at least 6 wins. This would get you 5. Louisiana Tech gets you 6. Can you still win? Missouri looks far more of a winnable game, even though we always seem to struggle in Columbia. Texas is not a toss-up game by any stretch, but you feel like emotionally you can rise to the occasion. I don't care if they lost this weekend or not. They're going to be your most difficult challenge of the year when they come in. So this feels like, hey, if you want to get to bowl eligibility, you really, really, really need to win this game because Ole Miss won't be easier. I should have mentioned them. They won't be easy either. Hey, I want to talk to all the purchasing agents, mill managers, maintenance managers, industrial electricians. If that's what you do, if that's involved in your organization, I want to tell you about In-Stock Parts, because if your plant, your production line, your operation is down because you can't find gear reducers, shaft couplings, electric motors, starters, variable frequency drives, bearings, belts, chains, and more, I can tell you where you can go and get back up and running. That's In-Stock Parts. They are in Fort Smith. They have a warehouse loaded with everything you need to be up and running and eliminate downtime. Because if you're eliminating downtime, if you're not up, you're not making your quota. And somebody upstairs on the board in the boardroom is not going to be happy about that. So give In-Stock Parts a call. They have gearbox repair as well. They're located on Highway 45 across from the cold storage. Stop by anytime or check them out online at InStockParts.com. That's InStockParts.com, your industrial parts resource. If they don't have it, they'll find it for you.
Our friend JT in Hot Springs not happy with what happened on Saturday night. He said, like you saying, you hate calling it must wins, but he thinks they are in these next 2 games against Mississippi State this week and Ole Miss. That if they don't win these next 2, probably check out if they lose one or both of these next 2. They did introduce the basketball team this weekend, which I thought was pretty cool. John Calipari and his entire squad were introduced, and Cal got the loudest roar, but
then he walked off immediately.
Yeah, there was a large crowd there, obviously, but it was just funny as they read off the names. Like we know them because we've started to get kind of familiar with this roster, but with the exception of Trevin Brazil, who got a decent ovation, they're kind of unfamiliar with these guys that you're looking forward to watch on Friday night.
I mean, if other than being very tall, in most cases, could you pick out the basketball players? I mean, we just don't have the name or the face and name recognition tied together.
I don't know. I think
there's not a lot of Boogie Flans running around out there, but would you know Boogie Flan if you passed him on Dixon?
I would. I don't know the 4 the guy that Cal is like the 4 other guys, right? You got the 8 or 9 that are on the roster, and then the 4 other guys. I couldn't name those guys. The Lawson, Blake, Trevin, and the other 7 guys they've got, I could recognize them, but I didn't even know the names of the 4 until they introduced them, to be honest. I remember talking about when they were initially committing and signing with Arkansas, but probably should do that for Friday night as, again, Kansas in town this weekend, the number 1 ranked Kansas Jayhawks in what is technically an exhibition game, but with Chuck calling the game on Friday, with it being on the SEC network, I don't think there's going to be many that think of it as an exhibition game.
So let me ask you this. Were you there paying attention when all that? Was there any reaction? I mean, as they were showing it, in the NIL world, I mean, there was a lot of jewelry out there. The people around me were reacting to how many chains and necklaces, and I don't know how much of that's real and how much that's show. My wife's got some stuff that looks like $1 million, and it came off Amazon. So I mean, I don't know how much that's real or not, but they had the bling going on. That's for sure. There was comments in our section about that.
I wear a $15 cross necklace every single day.
Yeah.
It cost me a grand total of $15.
Theirs look more expensive. I don't know if it
Yes.
was or not because I'm not an expert.
I don't wear now.
And they were. I don't know that showing that stuff off, does that help in the NIL world when you're trying to raise money?
I
can just tell you the response around me, and I'm only judging it on that, didn't seem to be favorable.
They win, who cares? If they lose, it's going to be cited as this is why.
But people said that about KJ last year,
Because they lost. They were 4-8.
But flaunting all, when you're struggling to make ends meet and you're asking us to, as fans, to chip in. I mean, I don't know that was I'm just basing it on the comments I heard in a very limited sample size.
And your other teammates too that don't get paid what you get paid.
Well, yeah, because you could tell the haves and the have-nots in that photo, in that video walkthrough or whatever you want to call it.
So that was one of the things that happened in Razorback Stadium. Of course, the biggest thing: Arkansas falls 34-10. We'll talk more basketball as the week progresses. You do have a SEC game, of course, this weekend against Mississippi State. But as we get closer to Friday night, I think a lot of people are going to wonder what's going to happen in Bud Walton Arena. As far as what happened in Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium on Saturday, I wish that this was the anomaly. But frankly, 2 weeks ago was the anomaly against Tennessee. And what I'm talking about is the way that this team is played at home. If you go back to October 1st of 2022, when they got beat by Alabama, that was a game till the fourth quarter. Then Jahmyr Gibbs, who's doing great things for the Detroit Lions, went off. They've just had some losses that have been puzzling to me, like Liberty, like getting beat 48-10 by Auburn, who was not good last year. 48-14 Missouri, they weren't going to bowl. I kind of got where that happened. 34-10 to LSU. I don't know, and maybe if someone with smarter football knowledge or acumen can help me understand why this team does not play good at home the last 3 years under Sam Pittman. The Ole Miss game 2 years ago, the Tennessee game 2 weeks ago, those are the anomalies, not the norm. The norm is more of, unfortunately, what we saw on Saturday night.
First half against UAB, even in a win.
Yeah, I jotted that down too, Tommy. The UAB and Kent State wins. You won, but you didn't look good.
Didn't win impressively.
Yeah. What's your theory, Big C?
And this is not going to change with the NIL and all that stuff, but I think not having enough in-state players that get it, like they feed off the crowd, they get it. Every game they're going to give you everything. And I just feel like we don't see that as much. I mean,
yeah. See, I think this weekend was the first time in a while they haven't played to their level of competition. I think that's it as much as anything.
Fair.
They played up for Tennessee. They've played down to UAB. They played, UAPB, you can't even really count in the equation. It's so lopsided before the game started. Oklahoma State, you're still filling each other out, filling out the team amongst yourself. I come back to something I said last week, too. I think teams with the portal and you're constructing a roster that hasn't played a lot together, we're going to see it in basketball, too. Cal's already warned us about that. It just takes a little longer to come together. Mm-hmm. But I do think there's something in the culture of this program where you play to the level of competition, particularly in games where maybe you're the home favorite. In non-conference games, we've seen it time and time again, and sometimes it bites you in the butt. This weekend, they played up with LSU for a while.
For a half, and maybe a little.
But LSU's dominance on the line of scrimmage took over eventually, and their experience at quarterback eventually won that game.
Austin Knight Hogg texted in the postgame. He said he can't do another low-energy postgame press. He seems apathetic after big losses. Just cut the cord and make Petrino the head coach. I saw a fired up, and I want to qualify this text. I saw a fired up Sam Pittman after the game, but I was like Sam Pittman after the game. I had low energy. I was ticked off. I was on Dixon for 30 minutes and I left because I had nothing after that. So I mean, I mean, you want him just yell and scream in the press conference? Like, I don't know what you want. I guarantee he was doing that in the locker room.
Was it Brian Kelly? We're still pounding his fist on the table earlier in the year after their loss. It wasn't this week, but talk about the same things over and over and over.
Yeah.
That's I don't know what exactly you want there.
For the fans to show up like they did with the fourth largest crowd in Razorback Stadium history against a rivalry, an opponent in LSU that you've given much better effort. And your point's well made. This was the first time all season they didn't play to their competition. In fact,
good or bad.
Yeah, good or bad. And I would say through an hour and 46 minutes, that's probably that's the best point that's been made. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's just odd that it's occurred that way. All right, Eddie is called in this morning here on the Morning Rush. Eddie, go ahead, man. What do you got for us?
Good. Thank you for taking my call, gentlemen. You know, I'm still a Hawk fan when I woke up Sunday morning, but I never was disappointed in our play Saturday on both sides of the ball. We had 2 weeks to prepare for a team you know was coming in here, a very good team, that you could have made some noise, and you didn't do it. Your fan base showed up, but you didn't. And so, you know what happened? I think the defense was reading rat poison, as Coach Saban used to say.
Yep.
You know, they didn't even show up at all Saturday. They didn't tackle well. I mean, LSU didn't do nothing really. You know, they had one pass, I think, over 20 yards. Now, most of the time, they're just throwing that little screen pass out in the flat. Then they skip for 10 or 15 yards. I mean, that can't happen. And then you turn the ball over. Here we go again. You turn the ball over 3 times. That cannot happen and be good teams in this conference. Now, the most important game of our season is coming up Saturday in Starkville. Let me give you a little message today. You bring that performance to Starkville, that young freshman, what is his name? Michael Van Buren, he will light your butt up. But let me say this. You cannot do that. Do you want to go to a bowl this year? I'm asking them today.
We want to see Larry.
Again.
We want to see Larry, Eddie, the bowling ball.
Well, I'm telling you this. I cranked up a couple songs this morning that dictates the importance of this game. First one, it seems like to me, Bon Jovi, I said this morning, living on a prayer. Because that's it. Lose this game Saturday, you don't be living on a prayer to go to a bowl this season. The second song I cranked up by the Eurythmics, you know, Sweet Dreams. I tell you what, everybody in this league is looking for a win. And come Saturday, if you don't come looking and play like you're capable of playing, you will get beat. And number 3, I cranked up AC/DC. Woo, baby, are you going to want to go to the top and rock in a bowl game this year? Because if you don't, I doubt you go to, but you probably wind up 5-7 with that performance Saturday. I mean, I want to say this. Why do we not get? You know why the 49ers lost? I mean, I want to get to my 49ers. You know why they lost yesterday?
Turnovers.
Because Purdy is careless with the football. Because he threw 3 picks.
Yeah. Thought he was
and
a
Tony
Cowboys.
Green turns the ball over. Get Singleton suited up to play.
Maybe you should play some Journey. Don't stop believing.
When did he switch to the 49ers?
I don't know.
He was a Cowboy.
Eddie, thanks for the call. That's what we just don't stop believing. That's what we gotta hold on to the rope here.
I think there
Hold
might
your
be.
water.
I think there might be something to the press clippings comment because that looked like a team that heard a lot of good things
How do
about
you know
themselves.
that? I mean, that's fan talk. You don't know that.
I just
based on what?
What I saw on Saturday
Were you in the
night?
locker room
when
You
I
hung
saw?
out with the play?
No, okay. You want an example to cite? The defense is getting ripped apart all game long, and still like one pass breakup, and they acted like they're stopped a game-winning drive or something like that.
Well, that's not for breeding pleasure. I get exhausted, and it's not just an Arkansas thing. Celebrating every down is exhausting.
Yeah, and I know you want it on defense. It's a little different than offense because you want to get Marquise Robinson when he does that. I crack up. No, I think it's no fly zone.
Stop it.
I think it's like no fly zone.
Well,
but LSU was flying all over that field on Saturday.
Scoreboard. I get so sick of that as well. Hey, it's closeout time at WT Equipment. They're closing out with deals on Hustler zero-turn mowers. These machines are built like tanks and drive like sports cars and will run through your yard like, LSU's offense did Arkansas's defense on Saturday. fabricated welded steel decks and all the power you need, and a warranty to match as well. So don't settle for cheap units for the big box stores. Get to WT Equipment, and they'll guide you to the right mower for you and your yard and your budget as well. Hurry these deals in when supplies are gone. They'll last just a little while longer. WT Equipment, locations all over Arkansas. Find one near you at WTEquip.com, your partner in progress.
He did refer to the Niners and Kansas City Chiefs, where KC went up to San Francisco, got a win.
4th and goal. Mahomes gonna walk in. Touchdown.
Purdy looked terrible, and now Brandon Ayuk might have torn his ACL, one of his best weapons. San Francisco, without McCaffrey, has looked pitiful this season. So for the Niners fans, which I know we have some of them here, it's going to be a long rest of the way, unfortunately.
What's for lunch? It's almost 11. Hungry. How about Sassy's? You want to go over there to the original Red House?
I was there on Friday.
Man, Sassy's has got it going on. Some smoked wings and some sweet potato tots to kind of get us over this Monday hangover of college football here in Razorback Nation. Seriously, Sassy's has 2 locations, always something great cooking, and on a Monday, you know it's going to be great. They've got TVs all around, and it won't be long until the Coach Cal show will be there at the Steamboat Drive location as well. That's Sassy's, perfect for watching Monday Night Football tonight or any of the games. You're not going to Starkville this weekend, watch the game at Sassy's on their patio as well. Eat, drink, and be Sassy's, 2 locations in Fayetteville.
All right, so a couple notes as we end today's program. Texas did, in fact, lose this weekend. Brian and Ozark did call our show earlier in the program. Now,
made a bunch of excuses, but, then had to point out Arkansas lost. That wasn't, they didn't play Texas this weekend.
And then also, we were at Shelter Insurance agent JT Finley's on Friday. Tommy, Bo Roberts Finley was born yesterday morning at about 4:30. So,
well, congratulations, JT. Yeah.
Hopefully, he'll get some. I don't know how much sleep him and Courtney are going to get these next few days, but I wanted to congratulate him on that. So
that's awesome. When you said he was close, I didn't realize it was that close.
Well, it's 2 weeks off. Courtney thought the 18th for months now. She was a day or two early, I guess it was. But congratulations to the Finley family on that.
Hot Take Monday's been brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands at always great prices and a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. I love Wheels because you're always going to deal with the owner. Chris or Lee J are there to take care of you and your family and your camping needs. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Phil Elson, Matt Jones coming up. Halftime is next.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's